China is no stranger to the illegal drug trade. The opium wars in the mid-19th century literally tore the country apart. And it started with Chinese attempts to stop opium from being smuggled in by British traders. Now, the war on drugs is all about fentanyl, and a lot of it's coming from China. So, how does Chinese fentanyl get to Canada? Fentanyl is cheap to make, extremely easy to move, and powerful in tiny doses. 2 milligrams, equal to just a few grains of sugar, can be lethal. It's often manufactured legally in Chinese labs, but then exported illegally in powder form, so you can ship huge amounts of the drug and disguise it as almost anything. Edmonton police recently seized fentanyl disguised as Xanax. China has promised to tighten its controls over the manufacturing of fentanyl, but the drug keeps coming. Some Chinese-made fentanyl comes across the border. Last year, Canada Border Services seized enough to kill more than 7 million people. It's also really easy to order online through Chinese websites that deal drugs by mail out in the open. BC RCMP are working with Canada Post to target packages arriving at cargo centres at the Vancouver airport, but they can't catch it all. Still, most of the drug arrives in Canada by sea. Traffickers smuggle it into British Columbia along well-established drug trade routes that go back more than 100 years, when they were first used to traffic opium. So what is China doing about all of this? For more, we reached Louise Shelley. She's the author of Dark Commerce, How a New Illicit Economy is Threatening Our Future. So, Louise, you've compared all of the fentanyl coming in from China as almost an opium war in reverse. What do you mean by that?
There's a long memory of what drugs have done to China and how foreign powers have helped bring down China. And so what we may be seeing is what I call the revenge of the opium wars, that drugs are being used to undermine foreign countries whose power threatens China.
Are you suggesting that Chinese authorities, that the Chinese state is trying to weaken North America with fentanyl?
I'm not sure that it's intentional, but they're certainly not putting the resources into the crime control in this area that they put into every other type of crime that is affecting China. We don't know the exact quantities, but we're talking about Canada being one of the 5 largest destinations for fentanyl being shipped from China. Therefore, they're marketing directly to you, and you are one of the largest purchasers of this illicit commodity.
So how does it work? Like, how does somebody who wants fentanyl get it from China? Is it storefronts? Is it online? What exactly?
This is a huge business that has grown online. So people access the Baidu platform from China, where there are numerous, dozens of producers who are selling their commodities with ads in English. You can buy this, you can pay with a credit card, a wire transfer with cryptocurrencies, and you will get your fentanyl in 48 to 72 hours. No problems with customs. It'll just arrive at your door.
Because also it's so small, it just comes in the mail like it's nothing.
It comes in the mail, and obviously there are ways of streamlining departure from China, and there is such a mass of packages coming into Canada that they cannot find the drugs amongst all the other products that are arriving from China and are ordered online by Canadian citizens.